some of the police. We also need to focus on what has occurred over the last week in cities across America, burning churches, defacing monuments. We cannot let that go on. And so I think as we talk about what the police is doing, we also need to talk about what they're up against every day as well.
And Mr. Secretary, George Floyd isn't the only Black American who was killed by police. In fact, Black Americans are killed by police at more than twice the rate of white Americans. An Axios Ipsos poll found 77% of whites say they trust local police, compared with 36% of African Americans. Do you think there is a problem with systemic racism in policing in the United States?
I do not think that we have a systemic racism problem with law enforcement officers across this country. Do I acknowledge that there are some law enforcement officers that abuse their job? Yes. And again, we need to hold those accountable. And I would say that there are individuals in every profession across this country that probably abuse their authority and their power, and we need to hold them accountable. Can we do better? Can we do more? Can we continue to do more in the law enforcement arena, outreach to our communities, particularly those that feel slighted or absolutely. And so I think there's always things that we can do more. But again, I think painting law enforcement with a broad brush of systemic racism is really a disservice to the men and women who put on the badge, the uniform every day, risk their lives every day to protect the American people, to protect them so that they can go to school, they can have a business, and come home safe to their families. So I think we need to keep that in mind as well.
Thank you very much for joining us this morning, Mr. Secretary. Appreciate it. As pressure mounts